So, greetings and salutations. I just wanted to put this video out. Today is the 28th of June. Excuse me. Sorry, got a weird shift at work right now. It's a little weird on the dates. Um, Today is the 28th, and according to Nathan, not Nathan Oakley, I wouldn't hold him to word for anything. I'm talking about this Nathan, Bipolar Flat Earth. He said that they were going to possibly do a redo of this test because he thinks that everything was done wrong by IIG and Nat Geo or whoever else was there. Just he wanted to he wanted to say that they were going to redo the Salton C test on the 28th. This is his words. This is part of a discussion that he and I were having on his channel after I got him to calm down off the insults. And even though he never answered he had answered one or two questions, but let me just go ahead and show you that. But anyway, he says, it sounds like he had two different thoughts going on at this sentence. He says, in other words, if I did a test and when I redo the test on the 28th, we won't be having this discussion. You'll be Castor, the friendly ghost. Anyway, what he's trying to say is I'm going to run away from it when they redo the test. And that's fine. Go ahead and redo the test. I'm 100% cool with that because I personally am a little bit upset that we haven't seen any report back from IIG, at least not as of this moment. And I haven't seen any anything from Nat Geo, which he says Nat Geo came there because Mark Sargent invited him. Wow, didn't know you were in that good with National Geographic there, Mark. Yeah, that raises enough questions in itself. But anyway, anyway, it says they're going to redo the test. Now, weather permitting, of course, hopefully they are going to do that. I'm anxiously awaiting that. Now, you need to understand that his exact criteria, let me go ahead and read this to you. As these are three things that you're sure of. Number one, the results will be released released to the public immediately after the test, unlike IIG, who refuses to share anything because they are cowards and blah 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 blah. Anyway, and then the entire thing will be live streamed from both sides of the lake to shut up you globules, whatever. About heavy editing. I don't know anybody who said anything about heavy editing. The only thing that we saw was Jaren's live stream, and his live stream was, it was continuous. It was perpetual. It went through the whole thing. I don't know anybody who really complained about editing because nobody ever saw any footage, so there's no real editing to be done there. And then everyone is invited, even the Globies. Yeah. Because that's what real science. Well, here's the funny part, guy. You guys were invited to this one. You were actually directly invited to this one, and you screwed it up. Okay. Yes, I do admit that Joshua, who apparently was, well, I'll get into Joshua in a second. Joshua from the recreation area, meaning all the way up on the top in the parking lot, was able to see the balloon team when they were on the ground. 10-foot high balloons. He was even able to see the house. Okay, there's footage that even shows that. But nobody showed any footage of the balloon team and all this, which brings a lot of things into question. But I'm letting that go. I'm letting that be. Because I totally see that it would, they would be able to see those balloons from the parking lot. Now, but not down at the water, because another piece of footage showed that down at the water you can't even see, you can barely see the top of the house, if at all. And that's even if it's that house. But nevertheless, I just want to remind Nathan here, Nathan, this guy, that of his obligation that he has laid out. Everything will be released immediately. Because you see, there were two P900s. I think I already said this. There were two P900s at the original test. One by this gentleman named Joshua, and one by the blonde lady who I have now learned actually is or was Lucy Lemonless. Or Lemons, whatever her name is. There's a lot of S's on it. And neither one of them produced footage. Neither one of them. Okay, now according to Josh, or excuse me, according to Nathan, um, now here's the thing. When I pressed him for footage, he says, unfortunately, we thought we were dealing with honest people who were generally looking for the truth, which means that you were looking for somebody to confirm what you're saying, and instead of having you listen. And Josh was using his camera as a telescope, not to try and catch proof of anything, or not to try and catch proof of IIG lying through their teeth. Well, IIG hasn't lied about anything that I'm aware. They haven't even produced anything. So what have you said that they lied about? Um, the so he says that Joshua, the guy that everybody's saying go find Joshua, he has eyes on the crew. Remember, because I said that before, and I said that in the first video, and even though Nathan seems to think I hide that fact, yeah, apparently he wasn't filming anything. He was just apparently looking through his camera. Yeah. He says the fact that we only have our footage to go off of, but you don't have any footage, Nathan, shows that IIG is hiding what actually happened. Well, that's interesting. We know of two P900s. I can think of 1,000 reasons why IIG and Nat Geo haven't released their stuff yet. I can think of 1,000 reasons for that. Most of it having to do with the fact that they want to make some kind of a revenue off of the combined production that they're going to make, and therefore it would be pretty stupid if they gave it out beforehand. But he says the fact that we have our footage to go off, which you don't have any footage to go off of, Nathan, shows that IIG is hiding what actually happened. No, they're not. So much for peer review, huh? Let's see. I guess they have no choice to hide everything because they got put to shame. No, they didn't. I mean, really. And let me ask you: have you contacted IIG to request their footage, or just us? I've written 3 emails to IIG. 2 of them to the info at IIG, and 1 of them to the I think it's Ross at IIG. And even to confirm that I had written to him, I had actually put an acronym down at the bottom of one of my videos of this. There's a big jumble of letters, but it basically says this was my third. It was an acronym for saying this is my 3rd time trying to get a hold of IIG, because I wanted a copy of the footage to have a little bit of fun with it myself. But I have not yet, to this moment, have not yet received an email back from them. Okay, pisses me off, but at the same time, I can think of many reasons why they would do that. You think they're hiding something big. Fine, think that. Okay. And here's Nathan actually saying, Lucy was on the phone the whole time and had very little interest in what was going on our side. Do you see her in any of the footage? No, because she was nowhere near us. And the fact that you keep grasping at the do you have the footage is irrelevant. Well, but you just said you had footage. Okay, but you don't have footage. But anyway, we and then of course he also goes on here to say that not to mention that Josh has no knowledge or experience on cameras. It was his dad's P900, and he only wanted to see what was going on. Yet you pivot everything on Josh's observation of you guys. Like I said, it was even yelled through there. Oh. So here's what I'm saying to you, man. If you guys do go out today, who knows? I mean, by this particular time in California right now, it's about 6:30 in the morning. So it's entirely possible that you're even out there right now. I mean, if you're actually going to go through with this, because everybody was talking about, oh, when the sun comes up, blah, 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 heat and all this other shit. And so it's entirely possible that you're out there right now. So here's what I'm expecting to see. By your own criteria, release the footage immediately. Okay. And in that footage, if I do not see a zoom out from the recreation area, meaning that all I see is pictures or video of the balloon crew right there on the road, but all I see is like a photo or 2, and expect me to believe that as proof, because I know that you can take photos from the parking lot. and see those balloons. I know that for a fact. It even works out on the Earth curve calculator. Okay, without talking about refraction and all that other shit. So here's what you need to know, man. If I don't see video footage that zooms out to show exactly where said footage is being shot from, I'm not going to take you seriously, man. Just not. Okay? And I mean from the high location and the low location. If I don't see you zoom out, then I'm just not going to take you seriously. Because, like I said, the footage that was provided to me that I showed in the other video, which is actually the same footage that he's using in this video, the footage that was provided to me does, after the test was completed, whoever it was with the P900 went back over to the recreation area. I guess everybody gathered back up after the test, and they went back over there, and they were taking, and he took two videos. One from where IIG was standing, which you couldn't see there's a house back here in the background, which you couldn't see the two-story house. But then there was footage from the parking lot area, which you could see the house. Okay, and there's a considerable difference in elevation there, probably about 10 feet, and so obviously you could see the two differences. So if I see a photo that comes out saying this proves it, and without showing exactly where that photo was taken from, as in a zoom out in video form, uncut, back to where they were, because that's what I would demand of myself, and that's what I would prove, I'm going to call you full of shit. Cool? So, ladies and gents, I just wanted to get that out today. Because I have some screwed up shifts that I'm working at work right now, and so I just want to squeeze this out, and hopefully we'll see what happens. Now, I don't know if anybody's aware if they're actually going through with the test today. I'm scrolling through my things, my comments right now. It's relatively short because just about everybody that would normally be watching this is in bed, except for my European friends. And oh damn, Jared, what the hell are you doing awake? No, Spurgizmo, I'm not going to debate you, dude. I'm sorry. After Kara destroyed you last year, you're a joke. Anyway, let's see. I see nothing on here about anything going on live right now. Of course not. No. No. Okay. So that's all I got. And if anybody happens to see this footage produced, whether it be from the first test or from this test, please feel free to link it to this video down here in the comments so I know where to look for it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that was real quick. Y'all have yourselves a nice day.